For the last few years, I have been traveling around Europe with this car, for which I had created a system that allowed me to fit a bed for 2 people inside. This system was getting too small for us, so I sold the car and I bought a small van. I decided to buy the NV200 from Nissan, since its dimensions would allow me to use it both as a camper and as an everyday life vehicle. Inside, you could put drawers, a battery system, an interior table, cabinets, clean and grey water tanks, a sink that can be converted into an outdoor shower, a chemical toilet, and a sofa that can be converted into a double bed. All this while preserving the capacity to carry from 2 to 5 people. If you want to know how I did all this, join me in this series of episodes where I will detail the entire process. The first step was to cut the plywood in the shape of the van walls that the cabinets would sit on. This cabinet is made up of 3 vertical pieces, each with a different shape. Just like when we made the floor, it would have been too easy if it had fit the first time, so we had to make some adjustments. To join the 3 vertical pieces, we used a cut-to-size countertop, which again fits the shape of the van's walls. This was my first carpentry project. I didn't have any woodworking experience other than cutting the plywood on the floor in the previous video. This is why I made several mistakes that I corrected on the fly. Still, I was quite satisfied with the result. Only the countertop joining the 3 parts, the cabinet was not very sturdy, so we decided to give it more robustness using the shelves that serve to divide the space inside. That's why we used more pocket holes and glue to join them together. Here you can see the final result. With the shelves in place, the cabinet was sturdy enough. We thought that a solid wood door would look a bit blunt, so we decided to make it as you will see. We started by cutting the door frames. Once the door frames were cut to size, using a router, we cut rivets down the center to fit between them and allow for a thin sheet of plywood to be attached. This was my first time using a router, and getting familiar with it was more difficult than I expected. Still, the result was pretty decent. As I lay out the door frame and cut the thin plywood sheet, you will notice that the doors I originally planned to make were larger than the ones I ended up putting on the cabinets. This is one of the many mistakes I have corrected along the way, as a large door is more difficult to open in a space as small as the NV200s. That is why I decided to replace one large door per cabinet with two small doors per cabinet. With the doors finished, just a lot of sanding and varnishing work remained. So we took it easy and we done it little by little, sitting in the sun. As I finish varnishing, you may notice the pile of glue stains left in the cabinet due to my inexperience. To this day, when I open the cabinet and see them, they remind me of everything I have learned doing this project, and how much it has been worth it, since I have not only obtained a camper van that meets my needs, but I also have acquired many skills that I did not have before. So that the cabinet does not move during the journeys, I screwed a pair of metal brackets on the sides, which will be attached to the hooks of the van. Finally, I installed cup hinges to open the cabinet doors. This required drilling hinge holes in the doors that I had worked so hard to make. And with the little experience I had, I was terrified of messing them up. Luckily, with patience and a lot of pulls, everything went perfectly. To prevent door vibration while driving, I also installed magnetic stoppers on the top of the doors. remaining to install the knobs, this is the final result of the cabinet, already installed in the van. In the future, I will convert the left section to a sink, convertible into an outdoor shower, and I will add a top section on the right.